Hello everybody, I'm Mr. Halfling and welcome back to another episode of Marvel's Midnight Suns. In the last episode, we unlocked Purify, I believe, and also did something else, but we got Wolverine, that's right. So, let us continue on from that point. I wonder if that's his room.
You know, it's kind of rude to walk around in here and not give me so much as a hello.
I assumed you were asleep.
I don't sleep much. But that doesn't stop me from enjoying the company of a comfortable bed when I spot one.
After that fight at the Quentin Carnival, I suppose we all could use a lengthy rest.
I can't get too comfortable. Not so long as Sabretooth's still out there.
He is your quarry, I take it?
I guess you could say that. We have a history. None of it nice. Though he's definitely changed. His nasty side got, well, nastier.
From what I have seen, he should not be much trouble for you.
I've been tracking and fighting him for decades. If he was easy to handle, trust me, I would have put him away for good ages ago. This last time, though, he's gotten even more deadly.
Then I hope you can rise to the challenge. Does not look like you are planning to stay long. Some find our abbey to be a bit unnerving.
Oh, this place is nothing. You'd be surprised at some of the places I've rested my boots.
Would I be, though?
I feel compelled to warn you that we, the living, are not alone here at the abbey.
Wait, you telling me this place has got ghosts?
If that makes you uncomfortable.
Not at all. This ain't my first visit to Caretaker and Agatha's House of Oddities. We go way back. I see the way you're looking at me. Who's this mysterious guy hanging out in my place all of a sudden?
Perhaps.
Tell you what, I've got a little break between people trying to kill me, so let's have a little chat.
That's a first.
What do you know about this Johnny Blaze?
He's a flaming jackass. Used to be known as the Spirit of Vengeance, until even his attitude got too bad for that job. Seems like he's really committed to the carny life now. Must be the funnel cakes and fried candy bars.
Do you think a man like that is up to the challenge before him? Guarding the Parchment of Power is not a task taken lightly.
Yeah, we faced some vile customers together. He may not have the flaming skull thing anymore.
So how come his bike
He's got
still goes
guts
on
where it
fire?
counts.
How come his bike and gun go on fire then? That doesn't make any sense.
How long have you known Sabretooth? Seems like you two have a history.
His real name's Victor Creed. And you're right. We've got bad blood going back a long time. Believe it or not, we used to be teammates and pals. Kinda.
They say
How do you
familiarity
remember?
breeds contempt.
Yeah, well, they get things dead on sometimes. Didn't take me long to notice he wasn't exactly playing with a full deck. Creed and I have long since chosen to follow different paths. Yet somehow we keep ending up at the same friggin' destination.
Was this Wolverine not shot in the head with an adamantium bullet, or...?
You seem like a nomad, but surely you have a place you call home.
I guess you could say Xavier's place has been the closest thing to a real home I've ever had.
Who?
Oh, Professor Charles Xavier. He's got a swanky place outside of New York City. A private school. Lots of space and plenty of interesting folk. It's a lot like your Abbey here. Except Charles has a baseball field.
Baseball?
Yeah, if you got interest, I'd be happy to explain all the rules sometime.
You seem to know everyone. I assume you know the Midnight Suns as well.
I know some of these kids. Didn't know they got themselves a band name.
Who do you know?
Magic, for instance. She's the kid sister of a buddy of mine. Pyotr Rasputin.
Yep, Colossus.
I call him Colossus.
Interesting. You and she have similar attitudes.
Maybe because we have similar backgrounds. I grew up in Canada, surrounded by wolves. She grew up in Limbo, surrounded by demons.
Which place is worse, Canada or Limbo?
Canada.
Oh, Limbo. They don't have hockey.
Did I hear you correctly? You know
I know,
Caretaker?
I'm kidding.
She's an interesting lady. First met her when I was a lot less grizzled.
I would like to hear this story.
It's not exactly a funny story, and I don't want to embarrass the old lady. Maybe I'll tell you some other time.
Uh-huh. That's what they all say.
I have taken up enough of your time. I should go.
It's been a pleasure. If you have more questions, you know where to find me.
This seems like a way nicer
there?
version of Wolverine.
I'm in the library. It's
I should have listened
taken
to
up
what
enough-
Nico had to say. Sorry, Nico, I wasn't listening to what you said. What are you saying?
What are you reading, Nico?
A limited edition print of the Book of Thoth.
The Book of Thoth? Where did you find a book of such rarity?
I didn't. Someone just left it out. Weird, too, because I was looking for a book on chaos magic so I could understand Wanda's grimoire a little better. I didn't think I was gonna find any, since Caretaker probably hid or burned every single text on the topic. But, poof, here this was, waiting for me.
Film, music, literature. Your pursuit of culture and knowledge is commendable. Not even Caretaker has made as good a use out of this library as you have.
Well, she doesn't exactly have a healthy relationship with knowledge, as she thinks it's the source of all evil.
Yeah.
Like the serpent in the garden.
Right. If only she knew books don't bite. Well, not all of them. I have it on pretty good authority. The Sumerian Book of the Dead will take a chunk out of you if you try to earmark one of its pages.
Great.
Find anything helpful in it?
I did. There's a historical account of an ancient Egyptian pharaoh who was struck by a dark madness after reading a page from an old book called
The Darkhold?
The Scrolls of Chthon.
Close enough.
Wait, that is another name for the...
Darkhold.
Oh, okay, I was right.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if this was the first case of corruption in recorded history.
Was this pharaoh's corruption ever purified?
Hold up, I haven't gotten to that part of the story. So the legend goes that nothing could cure the pharaoh until this traveling light worker came along, laid his hands upon the pharaoh, and recited an incantation. The pharaoh came back to his senses and returned to his good old classical Egyptian disembodied
So
self.
there's a chance we can get Witch and Bruce.
Sounds like the best possible outcome was reached for everyone involved.
Well, not for everyone. So like, when the light worker recited the incantation, he absorbed all the pharaoh's corruption into his own body and, died.
He did not survive?
So if I bring them
But
back,
the lines
that's
of the
what Agatha was
incantation
talking
he used are
about.
scattered throughout this book. I'm gonna have magic help me transcribe them and see if we can use them to cure Wanda.
Let me get this straight. You and Magic plan on piecing together a 100,000-year-old incantation that worked once and killed the person who said it?
Yes?
Well, if you want to save Wanda, you will have to take risks.
100%. Well, I'm gonna find magic, see if we can make a dent in this transcription. I'll give you a shout when we do.
Okay.
Until then, not a word about this to anyone.
Not a word. You left the book, didn't you?
Glad to see Nico found the book I left out for her use.
Yep.
Took me a while to dig that one up.
Right, well, I am going to look for those last two Moonseal fragments. So, yeah, let us go back to the places we need to go. Oh yeah, this was the place I couldn't get to because I needed Purify.
He is in agreement.
And look what I need.
This looks like one of
The
the shards
fragment.
that Agatha asked me to find.
I honestly completely forgot that was up here. The Purify necessity. Okay, let's look around more in the graveyard area. I hate having to search for things. Especially when I'm looking for more than one thing. Alright, so if one was outside of this area, one was inside this area. Where did I find the other one? Oh, Purify thing needed.
Hippus will provide.
What's in here? A statue in the water. No tarot cards behind there. Oh, it's the last moon seal.
Here is another shard.
Thank God I found it. Why? Why do I find them by accident? When I actually want to know where they are and I'm just exploring, trying to find things. I find it by accident. Why? Hi Agatha, here it is.
I knew you'd recover the shards if you put your mind to it. But that was still faster than I expected.
Yeah, same.
I better get to work then. I'm confident I can return the moon seal to its former glory, but I'll have to send you on another errand.
Great.
I need a particular flower to serve as the reagent for this ritual. It shouldn't be too hard to find. It grows right in front of my old cabin.
The Wendigo thing?
While you gather that, I'll make the rest of the preparations.
This must be the reagent that Agatha needs to restore the seal.
You what?
I have found the reagent.
So you have. Let's not waste any more time. For this to work, we'll need the elemental altar. Come with me.
Yep.
This is it, Hunter. Once I've reforged the seal, you can face the final trial. I'm sure Set is eagerly awaiting your arrival.
It has been a long road to reach this point.
Not really.
Lucky for you, the ritual won't take more than a moment. I just need to say the magic words.
Hocus pocus?
Abracadabra. Just kidding, dear.
Thank you.
I'm glad to know your situation did nothing to dampen your sense of humor.
Do you not say
Sarah
bippity boppity
is salty
boo?
enough for the both of us. I like to keep things in balance. Now, let's get you a moon seal. I just hope Set doesn't mind a bit of refurbishment.
I will find out soon enough.
Just remember, Hunter, the answers we seek are almost within your grasp. Stay the course. Set's challenge will be the hardest. Are you ready?
Yep.
I am ready. Where Wanda failed, I will succeed.
That's my Hunter. Good luck, dear.
Whoa.
Trial of the Older Gods set. Break that which is brittle. Recommended player level 16, current player level 17. Okay. Let's try this. Hopefully it works. That's a big hopefully. Defeat Lillian, defeat 16 Lillian, turn blah
If
blah
you
blah.
remember from the last trial, I told you that Hippus was consumed by his brother, Set, who absorbed his power. It was this betrayal that showed the Elder the path towards their own corruption.
Now that was something.
Wait, what are you... What are you trying to fight? Because that's neither of our... I'm sorry? Yeah, I'll get this guy taunted on me. I want to see what these guys are trying to fight, because why are they not targeting either of us? Wait, they're actually trying to kill that guy? Why? Why are they trying to... You know what? Don't need to know. Just be happy that it's happening. Let's go with a holy burst.
I don't think we'll be seeing any serpent men, but in his heyday, Set created his own personal army, much like Lilith and her children. Solution with Earth's various reptile species.
Soulbound. All soulbound enemies must be carried on the same turn to truly be defeated. If a soulbound enemy is still active at the end of the turn, all other soulbound enemies will be revived. Soulbound enemies evenly distribute their health when revived, so taking down only one... Okay. Okay, so let's use you. Move it into there. That does nothing. Then we use you. Move there.
They cannot possibly match your strength. I am impressed.
Which then allows me to do this. Killing both the soulbound. Good shit. Now, yours still got bleed. Huh. Get you.
I'm the only one left standing.
Good. Get more of that. Then I need to use...
If you believe everything an old witch will tell you, when the now corrupt Set reptiles of the time, dinosaurs, to create a form.
The light will heal you.
Good stuff. Now you. It sort of pretty much nothing.
Leave some for the rest of us.
Okay, we are going to go with a good old, like you, nope. Gonna go for a good old, like you and you. I'm gonna discard. Yeah, I'll just have to do it that way then. I've already wasted the thing, so. And the turn. Counter. 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 Counter.
Unfortunately for those lumbering beasts, when all destroy Seth, the ensuing battle lasted for thousands of years and drove them to extinction alongside their fallen admirer.
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago. They cannot possibly match your strength. No mercy for the
Bam.
servants of Lilith. You were too weak for this fight.
That was pretty easy.
Let me let you. I see not much has changed among the world's fanatics.
I wouldn't go so far as to say Set is pleased, but I'm sure you've piqued his interest.
Good. So what does this guy do? Allow me to break down the cracked walls, or...?
This looks
Boom.
like
Break, yep. Word of power. With Set's favor, physical barriers that stand in your way can be torn down. Walls, barricades, and other natural obstructions shatter before the power of break. Cool.
Break the wall, Hunter. I will be right here. After.
the father of serpents is smiling. There is only so much Hippus can do.
Lovely. Lovely little area we have down here. Wallace Journal, July 13th, 1689. What a remarkable day. We've received correspondence from America, specifically a small town called Salem. While it is tragedy what these witches are enduring, a madman that calls himself Hiram Shaw appears to be causing quite a stir among the magically gifted. Sarah has a great plan to help them. We've sent the Knights of Wondergore off to provide them a moon seal. If only I could have gone myself. If only just to experience something new. June 28th, 1689. I spent too much time wondering about mortal life. At least, that is what Sarah tells me. What is it like to fall in love, grow a family, and enjoy carefree afternoons in the country watching the children bound through the fields. Simpler. That I know for certain Sarah and I spend our days and nights doing our sacred duties as blood descendants, and she tells me that I should be proud of our work to keep the people of this world safe, to enjoy their simpler lives. But what if I want to live a simple life? Could I? Tarot cards. Wallace Journal, November 24th, 1689. Sarah and I have done something truly amazing. We have moved the Abbey from Transia to a town called Salem in North America. To move something of that size and history across the seas, I honestly wasn't sure it was even possible, and yet here we are, no longer hiding in the shadow of the Wondigo Mountain. I'm optimistic. I know that we still have work to do here, but I can't help my curiosity. It is so completely different here. Many new people to meet and learn from. My sister tells me that my spirit is too free, but I simply don't think that is possible. October 13th, 1691. Shaw has increased his efforts as of late, and his cruelty makes my heart ache. To hang or burn another human being. Perhaps this is what Sarah wanted to shield me from all those years ago. Where I saw mortal joy, she could only see the darkness. I am grateful for the men and women of this town that reject Shaw's cruelty, and I do think that I have found some friends. Interesting. I think that's all the journal pages that are here. Examine altar. A mother's gift. Hey, caretaker.
Sarah?
Of all the things you weren't expecting, finding me here had to be near the top of the list.
Have you been following me?
On the contrary, kiddo, I think it's you that's been following in my footsteps. Speaking of which, have you been enjoying the trials? I'm not sure how you found your way down that path, but you've obviously impressed the gods, just like your mother and I did.
You are being much calmer than I expected about all this.
You aren't the first member of your family to sneak away and attempt the trials. I remember raising more than a few eyebrows on my run.
This from the favored daughter of Oshter?
I always respected Oshter, especially compared to some of her siblings.
And my mother?
I think she saw something of herself in Autumn. She was never one to flatter the gods.
She seems to have no issue kneeling to Cthon.
Is that really what you believe, Hunter?
I cannot say.
At least you've kept an open mind. I'm not sure I would have.
I have tried to remain neutral until I know more.
If you've come this far, then there's really no point in hiding it anymore.
This place, sealed and hidden away beneath my mother's garden. This was you again. Something else you wanted to lock away.
Would you believe it's because I've been a stubborn old woman for far too many centuries?
Yes.
This may be difficult to understand, given what you've been told, how you were raised. But your mother isn't the bastion of evil the world knows her to be.
Yes, I know she was not the mother of demons when she was with my father.
There's more to it than that. I told you of her work to find a cure for his illness. There was nothing she could do, and when he passed, she accepted his fate. But then, the corruption came for you.
I was sick? I do not remember that at all.
I'm not surprised, given the cure. You were so young, so vulnerable. Lilith was inconsolable. If she had been desperate to heal your father, she was now completely unhinged when it came to curing you.
But she did find a way.
We had thought to bury it in this place forever, safe from not just the greedy eyes of petty men like Shaw, but from ourselves.
The Darkhold.
Yes, and sensing your mother's desperation, the damn thing called out to her. There within its pages, Lilith found a way to protect her child, straight from the Great Shadow himself, Cthon. And as payment, she pledged her eternal devotion to him, reborn as the mother of demons.
She only wanted more power for herself.
Lilith had no need for more power, and certainly not at the cost of her only child.
But she's reveled in her time as Chthon's harbinger.
Has she? Do we really know what she believes now?
But what she became...
What she became? I barely recognized. She may have been your mother, but there was no way she could be your mother ever again.
And so you cast her out.
She was weakened from the transition. Some part of her soul still struggling with the corruption infecting her, I suppose. I knew I would only have the moment, and so... I struck, drove her from the Abbey. From you. It was the only way I could protect you. In my mind and in my heart, I believed that the Lilith I knew would have done the same.
But then she came back.
Yes, it took her years, but she finally returned. Of course, by then, she had become something far different. The rest, as you know, is history. Until now.
Right.
I thought by sealing this place, by avoiding the truth, that it would somehow make all of this easier. But I also knew someday we would have this conversation.
I need time to think about all of this.
I know it's a lot to consider. I don't expect you to take everything I've said at face value.
Thank you for finally sharing the truth, Sarah.
Thank you for listening, kiddo.
Legendary chest. Legendary chest. 2 legendary chests. Annihilation. Consume all heroism to damage each enemy in an area. So what's this mark? Is this her witch mark?
Blaze has the parchment. We must find him again, before Lilith does. Alright, stop messing around.
Never. That one didn't give me anything.
I hadn't intended on eavesdropping, dear, but I couldn't help but overhear your conversation with Sarah.
Did you know about my mother?
Sarah was never any more forthcoming about Lilith with me than she has been with you. She must have felt it was safer to keep both of us in the dark.
At the cost of a great deal of pain and suffering.
You don't have to tell me, dear. Had I known what Sarah was hiding, maybe I wouldn't have pushed Wanda as hard as I did.
And to say nothing of what this did to you?
It may sound ridiculous, but if someone had to end up this way, I'm glad it was me. Can you imagine what a nightmare Sarah would be as a poltergeist?
Oh, great.
That is true. We may have had another terror stalking the grounds had things gone differently.
And despite everything, I have to say, I'm glad we were able to spend this bit of extra time together, Hunter.
I enjoyed it too, Agatha.
I'm glad, dear. But there are still more secrets to discover, if you're interested.
More still? How will I know where to find them?
Oh, I'd say some combination of dumb luck and persistence? But in all seriousness, with Set's blessing, you'll be able to break down all sorts of things, I imagine.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure you'll figure it out. Just have fun, dear.
Okay, let's open this area. Since we now have break.
Nothing can stand in his way.
Misty Moors. Interesting. Let's have a look. How do I get that flower? Alright. Can I break this? I can break this.
Set revels in his blessing.
Huh. That's cool. Because I remember from the start, it said that they were loose. When I found one of those first rocks, and it said it was loose, so I was like, oh yeah, I should be able to break that. There's a haven. The Quiet Trail. Stone Pyramid Mystery. Uh-huh.
Interesting.
An arcane stone crafted by the Sisters of the Coven. Is that what the skeletons I've been collecting are for? It seems if I've already gotten 3, I just need one more. Derek, Damon Hellstrom. Don't know who that is. The devil. There's a vision of power as he stands before flames, hungrily grinning at a chest of unknown treasures. This card represents the ego and greed as well as temptation. Not many left now. Everything. Galactus. The Judgment. The souls lost to Galactus' destruction reach out for the lingering hope of rebirth. Whether on whether on their own world or beyond, this card represents awakening and forgiveness, as well as a truthful self-reflection. Okay.
Morning, Blaze. Want to do some Spirit of Vengeance training in the yard? Oh man, I sound so lame. Freaking hopeless.
Who are you talking to, Robbie? Sparky?
Oh, hey there, Hunter. Didn't see you standing there. I was just talking to myself, trying to hype myself up, you know?
Hype yourself up for what?
If we're gonna be working with Blaze, and he starts hanging out at the Abbey, and we're driving across the desert together killing demons, I need to be cool. Seeing him in action made me realize how much I need to step up my game. I mean, he's the original Spirit of Vengeance, the real Ghost Rider. And I'm just Robbie Reyes from East LA. How the hell am I supposed to live up to that?
Take it as a challenge to yourself. Johnny Blaze created his reputation as a fearsome warrior through his actions, and you can do the same.
He's got more than a reputation. He's a legend.
And you can have your own legend. Just put in the hard work.
Look at me. I'm standing here in the middle of this ancient abbey, surrounded by some of Earth's greatest heroes. And I still don't really feel like I belong. It's not like I got that special something you've got. I mean, look at you. You're not intimidated by anyone. How do you own that swagger?
I did everything you are doing right now, including questioning myself.
It looks like it worked out for you.
And it will work out for you as well. Some things take time, patience.
The world is about to end. I don't think time is on my side.
The world is always about to end, Robbie.
True that, true that. No excuses, right?
That is right.
Well, thanks for the heart-to-heart, or demon-to-demon, or whatever. You've given me and Sparky a lot to digest.
How is the search for Blaze going?
Nowhere. The dude has totally gone off-grid. I've scoured every rat hole on the planet a guy like that would be seen in. Monster truck shows, stunt cycling extravaganzas, motocross events, but Blaze is totally MIA. I'm telling you, Hunter, if I have to spend one more hour scanning digital maps for that hot Cheeto, even my super sight is gonna go all squiggly.
Perhaps there is a silver lining in his inability to be found.
There is? Because I'd sure love to hear it.
Think about it. If the great Captain Marvel cannot locate him, then Lilith does not stand a chance in hell of finding him either.
good point. But I'd still like to find him. If not for securing the parchment and preventing your mother's gothy Armageddon, then just for the principle of it. I don't like to lose. Well, I'd love to continue with the chit-chatting, but I've got to get back to the most boring manhunt in history.
Do let me know when you find him.
Don't worry. I'll be so freaking relieved and excited the whole Abbey will know. Come on, Blaze. Come out, wherever you are. You can't hide under whatever backwater rock you've crawled under. Not from me.
This isn't working.
The map table? Should I get Tony?
No, I mean Midnight Suns, Avengers, and now X-Men. The Abbey. None of it's working. And I have no one to blame but myself.
Self-pity? That is not you.
No self-pity. It's fact. 3 teams under the same roof, all fighting for different reasons. Nothing to bring us together. It's not too late to change that. If Agatha were here, she'd tell me... Oh, it doesn't matter. She isn't here.
So, about Agatha.
I know you miss her, kiddo. She used to keep us from butting heads as much as we do.
No, I meant...
Wait, I need to say this. I've been less than my best without her at my side. Especially to you. But this is the wrong time to talk about the past. About Agatha.
All right. What now?
I'm calling a meeting.
When?
Tonight. I'll spread the word. Find me after your mission. We can go there together.
Just because there is talk of a slime monster lurking beneath Manhattan does not mean...
Oh, it does. Look, I know Eddie and Venom. They're not what you'd call unsore losers. And we did, kind of bury them under an old bell tower.
Has anyone seen the creature since?
Long gone by the time S.H.I.E.L.D. showed up. They go to ground when you wound their pride. In this case, underground.
Venom on the loose, licking his wounds.
Now that's a friendly neighborhood problem. So, how about we go solve it?
Do you have a question?
You gotta work on your social cues.
Worried that Venom will hold a grudge?
I wouldn't say worried. I've come to expect it.
You still think this is a good idea?
Yeah. Eddie tries to be a savior, but sometimes he needs to be saved from himself. Besides, what's the worst that could happen?
He could eat one of us.
See? Could be worse. Got all the slime in the world. So, where's our slime monster?
Vampire. Vampires.
Maybe it's the Downtown Express?
Sounds like a lair.
Sounds like...
Still so hungry.
And there is your slime monster.
Time for seconds.
Breakfast for dinner, I guess, with a side of vamp over easy.
Not so easy for the vamp.
Oh, gross, Eddie! It's hard to know who to root for in these parasite versus parasite situations.
Parasite?
A demonically possessed symbiote?
With a vampire's bloodlust.
Not good.
Come on, Eddie, don't do this!
They are definitely doing this.
I should have known that thing would crawl back to the sewers once Lilith had no use for it.
Wrong! We have no use for Lilith! We don't need her!
Tell yourself whatever you have to.
Not to interrupt, but have you really been eating those vampires, Eddie?
The rarest meat of all!
So if you are what you eat, what does that make you?
Thirst!
This is low even for you, Eddie. Moping in the sewers, scarfing down the undead. You're better than this.
We are better!
I meant more on a personal, even spiritual level, you know?
We know your blood will make us stronger!
He has not lost his way with words.
Guess we're not done. I never thought I'd miss being chased across the city, but this is really getting gross.
Somehow the smell is even worse down here.
He's not eating roses.
You must be pretty brave. I know I wouldn't want to fight us. Hydra didn't train you for this, huh? Remember the old days, Eddie? We had our differences.
Good or bad, we are on top of all of you!
What are you doing today? Come on!
Good effort. They have trapped me.
This might sting a little. Boy, I hope Hydra follows proper concussion protocols.
Spotted enemy reinforcements.
While I appreciate your attempts to talk him down, I would settle for a knockout.
I'm not sure which is tougher, but we'll get to him either way.
Your mother abandons you. There is no escape.
Now that's a big move.
Demon energy from every pore!
Don't lose it, pal. Either of you.
He is lost. One mercy remains.
Ah, yes. The elimination of one tormented soul for the good of many. Oh, but humans do love a moral dilemma. The umami of an otherwise flavorless existence.
Mephisto.
Gesundheit. Nice mullet.
Go to hell.
There's nowhere I would rather be, but I've come on business. So let's make a deal.
Is this one of those fiddle at the crossroads scenarios, or...
No deal.
My terms are as follows. I spare Venom. I cure the symbiote of Lilith's demonic touch. I end the blood fever he's given himself, gorging on curdled vampire bile. I retch a little thinking of it.
I said, no deal.
All this, and I ask but one inconsequential thing in return. Stop the vampire uprising. The undead are bad for business.
So you cure Eddie and we keep doing what we've been doing?
Yes. Wipe them out. Remove every trace of their foul scourge from the earth. Then I will cure this pathetic creature forever.
For the last time, no.
Hold up. Give me the fine print.
Nothing much. The usual. If you should fail, you'll discover something far more threatening than the undead, namely yours truly, etc., immortal soul, yada yada.
This is a bad idea.
This or he dies? We don't have much of a choice. I'm in.
Good. Just sign there and there. You may feel a little sting. Bad food! We will destroy you, bad food!
Go get him, Ed.
We should follow.
You do have a vampire war to wage. Oh, and Peter, I'll see you around.
How did he know my... Huh. Of all the surprises we've had so far, that was one of the weirdest. So, that's a truce then, right, Eddie?
We feel like ourselves again. Weaker, but ourselves. We will spare you. For now.
Hey, that's progress.
He didn't threaten to eat you. That is progress.
Is that all there is?